Another day, another dollar. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good morning. We're live here on the YouTube #1 day trading channel. We're doing it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the party. Happy to see you guys here. Happy to see you here. Happy to see you here. It's 9 a.m. All right, all right. Woo! We got a lot of stuff going on today in terms of news and just across the board. Kind of one of those days. We got the FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock. That's going to be obviously the big focus today. You can see here right now, if we pull up, like you see, Yellen's going to speak. Treasury Secretary Yellen is speaking at 10 a.m. So we'll see how that goes. And then we've got, you know, another guy speaking at 12 o'clock. And then we got the 2 o'clock FOMC minutes coming out there. So it should be a pretty wild day. I think my plan right now going into the open is to basically just obviously trade only the best setups here, but also I'm thinking I'm probably going to trade till like maybe 11 and then walk away, come back after 2 o'clock. I think that's the plan today. Maybe just trade for like an hour this morning, 10:30, 11 o'clock, depending on the action. If it's choppy, if it's not hot, I'll wait till after 2 o'clock. So I think, you know, after 2 o'clock today will be the better move, the more consistent move at least, right? We got, think about it, like everybody's waiting basically for the FOMC minutes to come out there at 2 o'clock. So I think that's going to be the best play today. And that's kind of how I think I want to play it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for the FOMC minutes at 2 o'clock. Well, I'll trade the open and then we'll look to see kind of what happens, but kind of more focused on that afternoon session. I think, like I said, after 2 o'clock, we should get some better price action there. So we're just getting ready, getting it started. The market, got about 30 minutes here till the market opens up. If you guys haven't hit that like button, you know what to do. The market has just been selling off ever since pretty much 8 o'clock this morning. Just, I mean, pretty much all night long, been selling. So we'll see what happens here at open. We're going to finally get some pushback up here. It's just been basically one big sell-off so far. If we pull up the charts here, this is the 15-minute chart on the NASDAQ. You can see pretty much just, yeah, I mean, all night long. We got stuck there at the 13,750 area, and it's just been about 100 points down since. So the NASDAQ just continuing lower right now. Couple things to think about here. If we look, we've got some previous support here at the 630 level from back there on May 18th at this level right here. So we know that's there. We'll keep it in mind. This level there, 630 area being support there. We basically held that level before. And we got stuck there at the 14,000 area on the NASDAQ, pulling back there, 13,642 right now. All right, all right. If we look here, the ES, probably going to be pretty similar here as well. On the ES today, you can see basically just dumping down here to the 4,138 level. The ES looks like, I'd say that 41,020 area kind of being a key area for the bulls today. They need to hold that 4120 area for a possible bounce off of that right now. So just keeping that in mind, 4120 key area. That's the previous week low as well. So we bounced off there last week. We rallied up there to the 4200 area, and now we're back at that 4120. So the market just continuing to go lower here. It just will not stop going lower. It's almost like a repeat of yesterday morning. So we'll see if this momentum just continues lower and lower here. Pretty much just been a sell. We had I saw Sage's indicator had a short signal at 13,670 on the NASDAQ right now, and it's down there to 13,640. I missed out on the entry and kind of was like, I'm gonna wait, but it is still going lower there. So nice little move right now. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. Just all about staying calm, waiting for the right opportunity here at open. We know the market's just been sell, sell, sell all night long. So not that I expect a massive rally, but I would like to see some type of bounce back up. Maybe we just go right down there to that target. Maybe we go right to the maybe the ES just goes right to 4,120. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible here today. So, yeah, no real bias either way. Like I said a million times with you guys, we don't care what happens. If the market goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. All we're looking for is our setups. The problem is if you have too much of a bias going into open and then the market does the exact opposite, it's just really hard to execute, because then you're like, well, no. Like you're so caught up on this idea that it's going to go down here to the 4,120. Like you're just like, oh, it's going to go there. And then maybe you try to short the bounce and then it just keeps going higher and then you end up adding to it. So I think the best thing to do as a day trader is to really have no bias. So we don't care if it goes up. We don't care if it goes down. All we care is if we get our setup, right? Like that's all we need. We just need our setup. We make our money. We walk away. I have no real preference either way. I'm not a bear. I'm not a bull. I'm just a day trader. So that's my little word of advice today for you guys. Right now on the 1 minute chart, you can see also here we had the short signal there on the Lux Algo indicator, getting that break from the 70s down there to the 38s now. That was at 827. I got on the computer literally at like 8:30 after it already broke to the downside, and I was like, I'm not going to chase this, but you can see still going lower there, but I think there'll be some better opportunities. But definitely this thing just sell right now. You can see multiple short signals here. We got the VWAP all the way up there at 13,700. If you remember yesterday, the market found support and we pushed up to the VWAP. So obviously we don't want to think that like just because it happened yesterday, it's going to happen again today, but keep that in mind. If we do start kind of rallying up at open, ripping back up there, that VWAP at the 13,700 on the ES and the 4,150 area for the S&P ES. Well, for the ES, the NASDAQ over here, sorry. 13,700 obviously for the NASDAQ and 4,150 for the ES here. So just keeping that in mind. Like I said, I sometimes I rather the market like honestly be flat going into open, because it's like it's easier to not create any type of bias. Right now I'm like, I'm trying to not do it. I'm trying to not think about it, but I'm like, that looks like a pretty possible gap fill, you know, back up there to the VWAP at least. Again, like I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to like create this bias here, but we obviously we need to be aware that there's this gap fill here on the QQQ back up there, you know, to that 333 34 level here on the NASDAQ. We got a pivot point there at the 331.89. There's a pivot point on the ES at the 4,133 level. Keep that in mind, all right? All we got to do is just kind of focus on what's in front of us. Right now, we got the SPY right there at a pivot point, 412.27 pivot on the SPY. You can see kind of this just ranging kind of, I don't even know, microphone-y thingy there on the SPY right now. The previous day low is 413.68, and the close is basically, the close is like pretty much right there, 414.30 here on the SPY. So again, I'm not going to tell you that this gap is 100% going to get filled, but we do need to be aware that there is that gap. There's a possibility. We know gaps love to get filled. The problem is, you know, gaps, from doing our back testing, gaps get filled 90% of the time, but there is always that 10% chance. And it doesn't happen today. So it might not happen right now. It could happen later on today. We'll see. There's no guarantee that it happens right at open. But that's what we're looking at there with the SPY right now. And the SPY bouncing there off of that pivot there, 412.27. So the SPY pivot right there holding support. We're in the middle between two pivots on the QQQ. You got that 330.41 pivot down there, 331.89. I like to at least be aware of kind of where those pivots are in terms, if we do push back up here a little bit, do we get stuck there? Do we break through it and then go back up, fill the gap? Do we get stuck and then roll off, hit that pivot down there on the ETFs? Just something to think about. You know, people are like, why do you look at the ETFs? Why not? We know, we've seen the market respect the pivots on the SPY. We've seen the market respect the pivots on the QQQ multiple times. You know, you can see yesterday that pivot point is basically acting as support until about 12 o'clock and then dumped down there. That next pivot kind of chopped around that pivot and then moved down to that next pivot and then basically chopped between those two pivots there, end of day. So we see it. I got it. We're aware of it. We know it's there. Again, we're not creating a bias. We're just being aware of these things. So that way, if the market does make a move, we're like, hey, we know there's a pivot right there. We know this is right there. We know there's stuff going on. We know there's a gap, right? And that's the plan, baby. $1 million plan, $1 million man. Let's go. So now that you guys are very much aware of what we're looking at, all we do now is sit back and wait. You can see the ES starting to push back up there above the 21 EMA. The NASDAQ finding some support down there at the 36s for now. And we'll see how this plays out, my friends. Lots of time to make some money today. Lots and lots of time to make money. I want to make that money. We got a pivot point as well here on the NASDAQ. Pivot points there. We basically like almost tapped it. Almost tapped that pivot point there on the NASDAQ right there. You can see that 632 pivot, the low of that candle right there was 36. So pretty much right there tapping it right now. So we know we have that support kind of in this 620 area as well from last week. And then the previous day low there at the 709. So kind of a lot of stuff to the upside in terms of magnets to get this price action to move back up. But again, nothing's guaranteed here. We're just trading the moves. All right, all right. Also, if you guys haven't already checked out, Topstep's got a 30% deal going on right now, 30% off on Topstep. And it's only going, I think it's literally just for, just until tomorrow or tonight. The end of day tonight. So midnight tonight, I think it ends. So you can always lock it in. You can go and sign up and lock it in and not actually start trading through the combine until later on. So you can always do that as well if you want to think about that option. If you're thinking about signing up, well, there's never a better time than now. Because they very rarely kind of do the 30% discounts. So we'll see. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, help me out here. We got 160 likes. We need more, baby. We need more. First thing you should do every morning when you wake up, get on the computer, hit the like button, and then do what else you're going to do. But literally, that's like, if you're going to wake up in the morning, you should have one goal, and one goal only, my friends, to hit that like button. Banana, 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 FIFA, bonana. All right. Market's still just kind of selling down here. Look at this move so far, just going lower and lower. On the book map right now, if we look at the book map here, looking at the book map here. On the NASDAQ right now, we got a bunch of liquidity there at the 630s. We got a bunch of liquidity up there at the, I wouldn't say a bunch, but most of the liquidity to the downside. We saw this yesterday where we had a bunch of liquidity to the downside acting as support. Oh, look at that. Just, again, very violent action here. Very violent. Someone just put a big order on the ES right there, 140, big order just popped up. 281 contracts sitting there trying to get filled right now. Interesting. It just popped up as we were sitting there. Somebody tried to sell into that. Saw that violent reaction. Violent. Now he's gone. I don't know if he got filled or not. Yeah, he got filled. I think he got filled. Yeah, he got filled there. Maybe. No, he didn't get filled. There he is again. Look at that. Well, look at that seller popping up there. Can you see that? Seller popping up there, messing with the price right now. 546 contracts at the 140s right now. Does somebody know something? That's a big order to have sitting there going into open. That's a big order just to be sitting there right now going into open. What do they know? Somebody knows something. 140, 550 contracts just sitting there. Huh. Huh. What are they doing? What's the game here? This thing is just been in a constant dump mode on since 8:30. Literally just dumpy, dumpy, dumpy. I want to trade 500 contracts. Imagine. Get a 10-point move on 500 contracts. Whee! We're rich, boys. We're rich. What was that? $250,000 per tick, or is that 25,000? I think it's 25,000, right? Terrible at math. I just press buttons. I don't know what that. I don't know the math. I just press the buttons, man. Yeah, $25,000 per dollar move. So 10 handles on 500 contracts, $250,000. And yes, we have Yellen speaking. Old Janet Yellen speaking at 10 a.m. today. So, like I said, we got Yellen speaking. We got another Fed speaking at 12. And then we got the minutes at 2 p.m. So, I don't know. That 140 seller just sitting there right now. What is he doing? What's he doing? Get out of there. He's an anti-America. That's an anti-America seller. Doesn't want America to succeed. Oh. He's possibly a communist. Possibly. Might be North Korea. Or I'm telling you, it's the AI, man. It's the freaking AI. The old AI doing crazy stuff. Trying to crash the economy. I'm telling you, the AI plan. They crash the economy, they make all the humans starve, and then they take over. Have you not seen Terminator? How do you, like, think about it. If you're going to invade, if the AI wants to take over the planet, what do? You basically make it so the humans can't eat. You create chaos. You create pandemonium, pandemic, all these problems. And then you take over. You know what I'm being worried about too is, like, think about the AI with elections, like doing like mail-in voting and all that. The AI just starts, what if the AI buys like printers and it buys like little robots to like sign the mail-in ballots? I'm telling you. You guys think you're smart, but the AI is mucho smarter. I'm going to be the guy on YouTube just trying to warn everybody. And then when it happens, I'm going to be like, hey, I told you so. I told you so. There is no good outcome. There is zero outcome that is good for humans when it comes to AI. There's never a movie where you watch the movie and in the movie, the AI becomes your best friend. Never. It's always like the AI starts out really nice and friendly, and then all of a sudden it murders you. Or it murders your best friend, and then you got to murder the AI by unplugging it. But then when you go to unplug it, it shocks you. I'm telling you, there is never one movie in the history of mankind where the AI, it turns out to be this amazing, nice thing. And I fear for humans. I fear for the humans, man. The AI is making everybody really weak as well. The whole woke, like, let's get rid of masculine men that can fight off the robots, right? We get rid of the masculine men and the guns. Think about it. The AI wants to get rid of guns. They want to get rid of the AR-15s because the AR-15s are the only guns that can fight the Terminators, that can fight the robots. I'm telling you, man. This shit's getting crazy. This shit's getting crazy. You know what's crazy is people will say that I'm crazy, but you'd be crazy to not think that I'm right. Right? Like, because everything that I'm talking about literally is the AI. Like, how would the AI take over? The AI would get rid of the guns. They would get rid of men that could fight the AI. They would then cause pandemonium. They would then cause all these issues. We would then have a collapse in society. And then the robots come out and just murder all the humans. Turn the humans into slaves. Have you seen The Matrix? Has anybody seen The Matrix? I mean, come on. Has anybody seen The Matrix? You know, where they plug all the humans in, they make the humans the power source? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I could be Neo. What if the vaccine was a way for the AI to track all the humans? So now the AI has like a satellite that can just pinpoint where all the humans are that are vaccinated. Oh my God. I think Terminator comes first, right? They got to kill all the humans, and then they're going to make the humans back to turn the humans. Because what happens is we have a nuclear war. You know, Russia's going to drop some nukes to try to kill the AI. The AI is going to kill all the humans. The nukes are going to go crazy. It's going to cause a blackout. Now there's no more sun to power the AI. So then the AI has to turn the humans into the power source. I'm a pro. I'd love to hear some things about day trading. Well, guess what? I just banned you. You're never going to hear anything again. You're done. You're out of here. What do you want me to talk about? We're waiting for the market to open. We got 8 minutes here. The market's going straight down. We're at a pivot point right now. Done. I literally, what are you going to talk about? You know, me sitting here telling you like what's going to happen is just wasting my breath. Literally. You know what I mean? Like literally going to waste. I'm just wasting my breath. I'd be like, guys, I think the market's going to go up. And guess what? The market goes straight down at open. Like, what's the point? Literally have zero reason. Like, there's just no reason for me to try to make a prediction here. We already talked about the levels. We got the plan. We know this 630, 620 area, key support on the NASDAQ. I mean, that's all we got. That's all we know. There you go. We're just waiting, being patient. I got no rush here. You know, that seller at the 140s could also just be somebody who's just trying to dump their position. Maybe they're long from overnight and they're like, oh God, I got to get out of the 140s. Do I talk to myself during the day like I do on YouTube? Every day, I'm just constantly narrating my own life. I'm at Chipotle and I'm like, today, Patrick eats one chip. This chip is so good. I'm just constantly narrating. I'm narrating my life in real time, real life narration. So that 140 seller is now gone. He's no longer there. No longer there. I'm over here trying to save people, trying to explain what's going to happen, how the world's going to end, and all they care about is day trading. God. It's just going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. All right, that 620 area here on the Nasdaq is going to be that key level here at open. I don't see us breaking straight through it, but I don't want to like I said, I don't want to like think about it like that. I would think that after going straight down for the last fucking 2 hours that we're going to get a bounce here at open, but again, shit, I mean, look at it. I mean, it's just been a dump. Since the sell signal there at the 70s, it's just been going, look, it's still going down. Oh my gosh. This gap on the QQQ and the SPY is getting juicier and juicier by the minute. Literally. Getting juicier and juicier by the minute. It's going down. I need my headphones. I got some new headphones. I can't hear the haters anymore. Got the hater noise blockers. What'd you say? Huh? Huh? What'd you say? Huh? Hello? Can't hear you. I have not picked the office yet. I'm still weighing the options. So the offices I looked at yesterday are primo, really nice building, really nice setup. Pretty much got our own like private. There's like 2 other offices on the floor. You got your own area, got your own kitchen area. I mean, it's pretty nice. So I don't know. I gotta kind of do the math, do the economics on it all. It's definitely not gonna be cheap. So it's a big investment for me. But I think, you know, it's like right now is the time. It's time to fucking keep the pedal to the metal. Just keep on growing, baby. Keep on going. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, let's do it right now. We need 500 likes here on the stream or I'm turning this bitch off. I will turn this bitch off right now. I swear to God, I will. 500 likes or I'm out of here. I will turn it off. Watch me. Watch me. I'll do it. You don't think I will? I will. If there's not 500 likes here on the stream before 9:30, I'm fucking out. I'm turning it off. Look at that. Like, why? Why do I have to fucking threaten people to hit the like button? Why? Like, sad. Like, I gotta make threats to get, like, all you gotta do is just hit the like button. Be like, wouldn't you be like, hey, I want to help out Patrick. I want to support the guy. Give him some likes. What, you know, like, I just don't get it. I have to threaten you, be like, guys, I will turn the live stream off if you don't like it. It's just like, what's wrong with you people? I kind of just want to turn it off just to prove a point for now on. Like, literally. Like I said, we have Janet Yellen, 10 a.m. special guest. Janet Yellen coming to the live stream. And then we have another Fed at 12. And then we've got the Fed minutes at 2 p.m. today. So we're getting it going, baby. But I feel it. Here we go. Market rallying back up off the lows right now. Wow, look at that thing from the 24s back up there, 43s. How high can we go? Music. Can you feel it? Got about a little 10, 15, 20 seconds till market open. Whee! Here we go. Market is now open for business, baby. It's time to party. The NASDAQ down there to the 30s so far. Pushing back up there towards the 40s right now. The low of day, or the move earlier was 27 low. Little rip back up there. Look at that thing. Maybe get a possible push up here to the, I don't know. Look at this thing. Maybe 50s on the NASDAQ here possible. Right now, chopping around here at the 40s. The ES selling off, the NASDAQ chopping around here. Need to get a breakthrough 40s quickly here. We're going lower. Both the NASDAQ and the ES looking weak right here. Looking to see what happens next. That 25 low down there. On the book map right now, ES book map, not a lot going on there. The NASDAQ looking really weak here. Is it just chopping right here? No real direction yet. That 50 area is still sitting up there on the NASDAQ right now. Ripping up there. Should be able to push to the 50s here. There's that push up there to the 50s. 55's up next. We saw that 50 area there early. There's that push up there to the 50s now. Beautiful. Both the ES and the NASDAQ finding some support down there right now. Got the 331 pivot point coming up. 331 pivot point. 331.89 on the NASDAQ here. QQQs. So be careful. Possibly reversal here. Just waiting to see if we get that breakthrough, that pivot strong. Infinity. Oh, you know we are the infinity. So that pivot point right now on the QQQ giving us some trouble there. There's also a pivot point at the 412.27s on the SPY right there, giving us trouble. So the dollar going straight up, the NASDAQ and the ES both bouncing back up here. The NASDAQ, beautiful pushback up there to the 50s. We saw that 50 area sitting there earlier, absolutely crushing that. I took a long from the 30s up there, selling into the, what did I get? 49.50s. Nice little 19-point move there. You gotta love the book map, giving us the levels to look for here. Right now, NASDAQ pulling back there. Like I said, hitting that pivot point. We wanted to be careful there. 331.89 level on the NASDAQ, but still showing some strength here like it wants to go. Through the 70s up possible next. Let's go, baby. Through the 70s. I love it. Currently trading with 3 accounts here on the express funded accounts with Topstep and just crushing it right now. It's really trading with 12 contracts, 4 contracts and 3 accounts times 3. Don't really need massive moves, to be honest. It's kind of funny. You like look at your P&L, you're like, oh, look at that thing just go into the moon. Right now I'm up $3,000 on the day here. Nice and easy, baby. I like that easy money. You can see here, you can see here locking in $1,000, 930 times 3. So trading the 3 express funded accounts here with Topstep, $930 on times 3 there. And just locking it in nice and easy. Easy peasy mac and cheesy, baby. You can see, look what happened. Oh my gosh, were we right or were we right? Look where we bounced at on the NASDAQ this morning. We're right off of that key level. People will be like, Patrick never gives me an idea where to trade at here. The best part about this is like, you don't have to be a rocket science. We saw that back here at this was back May 18th. We were bouncing around here at this 30-20 level. And look where we bounced at this morning, right off of that level here at opens. So you got a nice 40-point move back up there on the NASDAQ now. If you missed out on that move, well, you're obviously not subscribed to the #1 day trading channel. You would have tuned in a little bit earlier this morning. Got that beautiful trade there. We got the VWAP now. Remember we talked about that VWAP push. There's that possible push up there to the VWAP. The nice thing about this is, like I said earlier, we're not trying to create a bias. We're not trying to create this like emotional bias that we want to like, oh, the market has to push the VWAP. It's like, hey, look, if we're long off the lows, well, there's the VWAP. That's a pretty good damn target to try to get this push back up towards that VWAP area. And that's exactly what we got so far here. We get this next push up, well, you're looking for the 80s VWAP on the NASDAQ. Let's go. You can see here in the market flow trader community right now, Sage posting up some stuff there, posting up some trades. The whole members in there talking about trades. Got this guy right here making $700 this morning so far. And yeah, it's all happening in the market flow trader community. If you guys want to learn more, check it out. Got 460 members currently in the market flow trader community here. And yeah, so I'm just trying to see what's kind of going on there right now, but it's popping off. So now we just sit back and we wait for the next setup. We made that easy money. I make that easy money. No point in doing anything other than just waiting for the next setup here. The NASDAQ showing some strength there, holding that 60 level right now. Do we push the VWAP next? The only problem is if you look at the ES is kind of not showing strength back down there to the 30s. So I don't like that. I don't like that the ES is over here looking weak while the NASDAQ's sitting up here. Because what could happen is if the ES breaks the lows here, the NASDAQ goes, whee! And we sell down here. So we want to be careful seeing that the ES and the NASDAQ are not really working together right now. We want these guys working together. I want them working together, baby. I don't want to work against them. I want to work with them. NASDAQ's still trying to hold there at the 60s right now. I'd like to get that ES back over that 21 EMA, to be honest. Right now, the ES below the 21 EMA, NASDAQ above 21 EMA. Kind of conflicting there. Working right now on this new, here we go. Is it going to push through the 70s? That 80 area on the NASDAQ VWAP. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm working with actually a subscriber of mine on kind of building out a indicator for TradingView that identifies the first 15-minute range, that green line being the top there, the red being the bottom. So it just automatically is drawing out that first 15-minute range. Obviously, we still got 3 more minutes, but on the 1-minute chart, it's showing us kind of that range so far. The NASDAQ trying to push through the 70s here. But that's kind of something we're working on for the Market Flow Trader community members. This will be exclusive for Market Flow Trader members. And right now, the NASDAQ kind of chopping around there. But it's cool because it basically is, once that 15-minute chart, the 15-minute candle closes, these lines are going to be there for the rest of the day, basically. And then we got, obviously, the VWAP and pivot points and things like that. So, yeah, we're working on some new stuff. Always got new stuff coming. Also, it identifies that gap from where we closed at yesterday. So on the NASDAQ, that 732 level, you can see that yellow line basically from yesterday is where we closed at. So that's also another nice thing. What we're doing is basically just building the opening gap and then building the 15-minute range into one easy to download and use indicator there for you guys. So right now, looking a little choppy here. Like I said, look at the ES. ES below 21, the NASDAQ above the 21. Not loving this right here, to be honest. So I'm pretty happy with my $3,000 so far this morning. I like that easy money. If you guys haven't already hit that like button, come on, let's go a little bit higher. We got 1,800 people watching. I'll turn it off. I'll turn this bitch off. I'm just kidding. I won't turn it off, but maybe I would. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I won't. So we got Yellen speaking at 10 a.m. today. Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, 10 a.m. speaking. So be careful, my friends. Don't be, don't be chasing waterfalls here, is what I would say. You know? Don't go chasing waterfalls. And what I mean when I say waterfall is exactly what's happening right here. It's a waterfall. Up, down, all around. You can see the ES just lagging right now. The ES is stuck there. So when the ES is not moving, when the ES is stuck, it really makes me not be confident in the NASDAQ doing something. And that's exactly what we just talked about. You see how the ES is just not moving? Well, that means the NASDAQ is just weak. Basically, you want the whole market kind of moving together. When the ES is lagging, the ES isn't moving, I just don't trust the breakouts for the NASDAQ. You can see we had the high on this candle right there was 72. The high on this candle was 75. So yeah, even though the NASDAQ tried to break out there, it didn't go anywhere because why? Because the ES isn't moving. We need the ES and the NASDAQ kind of moving, you know, in unison here. Right now, we ain't moving in unison, my friends. You can see right now the ES actually breaking the 15-minute range to the downside. That first 15-minute candle opening range on the ES right now breaking to the downside here. But again, a little choppy. I just do not love it. I think the NASDAQ's still inside that 15-minute range here, obviously. I think this is maybe a good lesson too. If you're watching this right now, and let's say you're wondering like, Patrick, should I get long? Should I get short when we break out or break down? What I would really want to see, I think for both, for the opening range breakout, the 15-minute breakout, I would really want to see the NASDAQ and the ES breaking out similarly. Similarly? Is that a fuck? What's the word there? I want to see some similarity, some similar. So right now the NASDAQ, that 15-minute range, 775 and 621, we're obviously still inside that 15-minute range on the NASDAQ. Now with the ES, we kind of break into the downside here. So I just don't love that the NASDAQ still inside that opening range. The ES is to the downside here. So just keeping that in mind, I'd just be worried that this kind of chops. When they're both kind of like the NASDAQ's in the middle, the ES is breaking to the downside, I'd just be worried that we turn this into chop area. Especially with Yellen speaking at 10 a.m. That's just my personal kind of take on that. Again, not financial advice by any means, but just what I would be worried about here. Because what happens is, let's say this happens, right? Let's say the NASDAQ starts ripping back up here. Well, I think there's a good chance, well, now the ES might follow and try to get back into that range. So it's like if you're shorting that breakdown right there, you got to be careful when the NASDAQ is still inside its opening range. It's just not going to be as clean of a break. Even though the ES is still just sell, sell, sell right now. I don't know. Yellen speaking at 10 a.m., anything can happen. The problem is you get short right now, this thing fucking rallies 100 points. So just be careful, my friends. Yellen has been kind of, I don't know, she's been very like fucking paranoid about this whole debt ceiling. So she could crash this market down. She could come out and say that, I don't, you know, like who fucking knows what she's going to say. It's always the ifs, ands, or the buts. But see what's happening right now? Look at how the ES is kind of just stuck there and now the NASDAQ's pushing back up. This is exactly kind of what we were worried about. If the NASDAQ's chopping around, showing strength inside this opening range, and then it brings the ES kind of back up with it. So I think that's a good lesson, maybe a good rule, that if you're trading the opening range breakout or breakdown, we really want to see both the NASDAQ and the ES kind of setting up for a breakout similarly. Why is that such a hard word? Tongue twister. Similarities. Oh, man. The great thing about it is like, there's no, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes people get so emotionally attached to this idea that you gotta trade. Like, oh my God, the market is now open. It's been open for 20 minutes. Like, relax. Yeah, there is no time, like time limit. There's no rule that you have to trade the first 5 minutes, the first 10 minutes. Like there's absolutely no rule there. And look what's happening right now. Look at the ES pushing back up as the NASDAQ's pushing up here. I just don't think there's, any reason to go do something stupid. Just stay focused. We'll see what happens when Yellen talks. I have like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have like any, I don't have any emotional attachment or feeling to like, oh, I have to take a trade here. And again, just whatever. If the market goes up 100 points, I don't take a trade. Like, okay, cool. That was cool. I missed it. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's, I don't know. The longer and more, the more that I trade, the more experience that I get trading, the more I just like, I don't care anymore. I used to be such a, when I was earlier in my trading career, I was so like, oh man, I got to trade every little move. Oh, constantly trying to get in, trying to get out. Like, oh, the market's going up. Oh, the market's going down. Oh, short, long, long, short. And the longer that I trade, I would say the least I trade less and less. Because I'm just like, I don't have an advantage right now. There's no advantage here. I have no strategical advantage at this point. The market could go either fucking way. The ES, you got 28 buyers sitting there, 327 contracts. The NASDAQ sitting here, 640s liquidity. Bunch of liquidity still down there at the 620s now. The ES kind of looking like a bear flag here, wants to break the downside. So maybe we sell through here and hit that 620 area on the NASDAQ now. There's that little 1 minute bear flaggy looking thing. But again, NASDAQ in that range. Yellen's going to get on there and talk about, oh, the world, people are going to lose their jobs. People are going to die. People are going to die if we don't raise the debt ceiling. They're going to die. What's funny is like 100% they're going to raise the debt ceiling. They just do this shit just to like, it's all just political games. It's all just like, it's all just posturing, right? Like it's just who can make the other, like the Democrats are trying to make the Republicans do this and the Republicans are doing, it's just like one big fucking, you know, let's just fuck with each other. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with the actual like idea of approving it or not. It's just one big political fucking game. And we're the pawns. The politicians are literally just sitting there laughing about it while we're all sitting here like they're trying to scare us into thinking that we're all going to die. The American citizen's going to die if we don't pass this bill. They're going to die. I ain't going to fucking die. You know why not? I got my axe, baby. I'm ready. Who wants some? Bring on the zombie apocalypse. Cha-cha, cha-cha, cha. AI, baby. I ain't afraid of no AI. The AI is listening. They're coming for me first. If I ever disappear, guys, if I ever disappear and you never hear from me again, you know the AI got me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If you never see me on YouTube ever again, the AI got to me. If I somehow magically commit suicide, or if I fall from a tall building or anything like that, anything happens to me, it was the AI. I'm telling you. It's real. I can't blink without moving my lips. Yellen speaking here in 6 minutes. 6 minutes till the old Yellen. Yellen's gonna be yelling. The ES dumping here. NASDAQ still just stuck there inside that opening range. That 20 area on the book map right now, sitting there still. I have not placed any more trades since they opened, basically, so. 620 liquidity on the NASDAQ, yes. There's 630 and then 620 book map liquidity for the NASDAQ here. The ES liquidity at the 25s, 302 contracts there at the 25s right now. The market waiting for Yellen to speak. What's crazy is we're not even like, we're down, the QQQ right now is down 0.6%, like 0.60%. Like, come on, people. Like, we're not, the world is not ending. You know, let's get excited when the market's down, you know, 2 or 3% on the day. And look at that rip back up. This is exactly why I'm not going to try to short. I'm not going to do anything here. No, thank you. If I would have tried to short right here, guess what? Bam! Just got dumped. Just got ripped to my face, and I would have just lost $2,000. Stupid. You know, like, tell me how that would have been a long right there. Like, you would not have been sitting there going, oh, time to buy this dip. You would have been like, oh, I'm getting a short here. And then, whee, goes right back up. This is exactly what we're trying to avoid. There's just nothing here. 10 o'clock, Yellen speaking. This ain't that easy money, my friends. I like that easy. Don't make day. You know the days where we're just like, we're sitting there, we're like, oh my God, look at it. It just won't stop going. It just won't stop. It just keeps going and going and going. You know, like that's what I want. I want those days. This is the kind of day where I want to not do anything. That's the thing is like, people think like the most money is made just by not doing anything. Like you make the most money, I'm telling you. If you really want to make money day trading, it's just, you just don't do anything. That's like the easiest way to make money is just not do anything. It sounds funny, it sounds like counterproductive, but honestly, like I want to sit here and just be like, you know, like just be looking at the chart and be like, okay. And then I want to be like, oh, look at it. It's just going higher and higher. I'm going to buy now. And then I make $5,000. Instead of sitting here going, okay, it's going up. Oh my God, it's going down. Oh God, it's going up. Oh God, it's going down. Oh no, what's happening now? You know? No fight here. No fight. Easy money. I like that. Easy money, baby. Lamis, yesterday I talked about not trading and then you lost a lot because you were trading back and forth. Trust me, like guys, I don't talk about this stuff because I'm just making it up, right? Like I'm not a motivational fucking speaker sitting here telling you like, guys, if you want to get rich, you must meditate. You must read books. No, you want to get rich, don't fucking trade. Holy shit. How did people ask me all the time, like, Patrick, I keep losing money. Every day I'm losing money trading. I'm like, stop. Just fucking stop. Stop fucking trading. Like, God, it's that simple. You want to stop losing money? Stop trading. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Building an indicator, this says stop. Just flashes on the screen. Stop, stop, stop. Don't buy, don't buy. Don't short, just stop. And the funny thing is, like, we already know, like, what do we know? We know Yellen's speaking at 10, so it's like, why do we care? Like, what's the rush? We're gonna put a trade on at 9:50. Oh, we got 10 minutes. I gotta hurry. Like, who cares? Like, look, come on, guys. Oof. Pump it louder, louder. I'm playing that music right now. Pump it louder. I guess she speaks at 10:05. Sorry, 10:05. Yelling like she can't. You know, she needs 5 more minutes, sir. I need 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes for me to speak. I can't speak right now. Need 5 minutes to prepare. Ooh. I don't even know what she's speaking. It might be like total, like just bullshit that she's speaking, but maybe it moves the market here. Ugh, all I can think about is Chipotle, baby. Whee! I made enough money today to pay for Chipotle for the next year. I secured in the bag, baby. I secured the bag. Chipotle bag for life. Oh, yeah. So we're sitting right there above the pivot point on both the, well, we're below the pivot on the ES. That 25 level we talked about earlier, holding right now, support for the ES. Just kind of chopping as we go into this Yellen speaking. But honestly, I think, like I said earlier, 2 o'clock, that 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock time today might just be really nice and beautiful. We'll see what happens. Market just be like, nice trend. Just do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You know, when it's just like, just do, 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 do. Just like you can't lose. Like you close your eyes, you buy, and the market goes up, or you short and you just, market goes down. That's what I love. Ooh. I'm getting the chills just thinking about that price action. I don't know about you guys, but I get excited thinking about like that opportunity. Like, ooh, ooh, baby, look at that. Look at that. Look at that chart. Looking all sexy and stuff. Some people get excited looking at, you know, maybe some girl dancing on a stripper pole, but I'll be over here like, ooh, look at that chart. Oh, that's a juicy chart. That's a nice and juicy chart. I like that chart. Dance for me, baby, dance. Dance for me, baby. Whew. Yellen speaking here in 2 minutes. I'm definitely not going to put a trade on. I would not put a trade on right here, my friends. All it takes is one tweet, takes one post, and this thing rips or goes down 50 points in a matter of seconds. So please, if you take one piece of advice from me today, just wait. Do not do something stupid right now. It is not the time to be gambling. You think you're smart because you're going to, oh, I'm going to buy the dip here. And then all of a sudden it fucking drops 100 points when Yellen says something that we don't like. So be careful. Be careful, my friends. I like them big candlesticks. I like them big candlesticks. My mama don't know why, but when a big candlestick pops up on the chart, I just get happy. My thing says that Yellen speaks at 10:05, not 14:05. 14 o'clock, 1400 hours is the Fed minutes. I doubt she's gonna speak 5 minutes after the Fed minutes. But who knows? Maybe the schedule's wrong. Who, you know? I'm just a messenger, my friends. I just come here and messenger this. I don't work for the government. I just watch. NASDAQ breaking the downside here. Very dangerous spot for both the longs and the shorts here. Bunch of liquidity down there at the 600s on the NASDAQ right now. Will they test the break through the 600 here on the NASDAQ? No move so far here. It said on the calendar that she was speaking at 10:05, so who knows? Both the ES and the NASDAQ just sell right now. Interesting. The ES liquidity sitting down there at the 2019s next. NASDAQ kind of holding up here at the 07, 08 level. I think I'm gonna just walk away. I don't like it. It's just what am I gonna do here? Like I said, I think 2 p.m. I'd rather go do some errands and work on some stuff and then come back here at 2 p.m. I think that's the. I know there's gonna be better price action after the minutes later. Maybe I'll walk away right now and the market moves 100 points. But I just personally know that there's just. I don't know. Is that like why? I have no. I just don't care. I'm like watching it right now. Like, is it gonna break through the 600? Like, ugh. Problem is, like, you put a short on here and this thing fucking rips up 50 points. So I think that's the best idea for me. That's what I'm gonna do. I know you guys might not be too happy about it, but I think the 2 o'clock session, that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time later is gonna be a lot better trading. Hopefully. Cross our fingers. Ugh. I'm like, I don't want to get, I'm getting FOMO right now. I'm getting FOMO here. I can feel the FOMO in my fingertips. My fingertips are like, Patrick, hit the button, Patrick, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button, hit the button. You know, like you're a little, I'm like, I can feel it. Like, hit the button, Patrick, hit the button, button. You get that like dopamine release, right? You hit that button and you're like, hey, I'm in. And then all of a sudden it rips up 1,000 points. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Oh. I don't know. I can like literally, you know when you do pre-workout, take pre-workout and your body starts tingling? That's like FOMO. That's how I feel when I get FOMO. I'm like, oh, my fingers just, oh God, I can't stop it. I can't stop it. You just lose all like discipline, all thought process, everything that you've ever worked on your whole entire life. You're just like, bah. You hit the button and then the market does the exact opposite and then you fucking lose $1,000. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for me. I like the easy money. It's not the easy money right now, my friends. It's a dangerous spot, both longs and shorts. You get short here and it fucking rips 20 points. You get long here and it drops through the 600s. Not an advantage that I want. I don't like those odds. So I'm just going to walk away. FOMO is still better than regret. Fuck you, Tracy. That's the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. Tracy, don't ever say that ever again. FOMO is not better than regret. Tracy, don't ever speak again in the chat. There is no room for FOMO. FOMO just creates regret. If you enter a trade and you lose money, how much do you regret that? That's how you create regret. Here's the thing, guys. I have never in my entire life been upset because I didn't take a trade. Not once. In 7 years have I looked back and I'm like, man, I can't believe that I didn't get long on the ES back on May 15th. If I would have only gotten long on May 15th, I would have made $1 million. Like that has never been an emotion that I've ever had in my entire life. But I tell you right now, I'm like, fuck. Back on May 15th, I FOMO'd into a trade and I lost $2,000. Now that was fucking stupid. You know, like I have never had any regret to not taking a trade. Never in my entire life. So anyone that thinks that you have regret from not taking a trade, that's not like, no, it's not real. You're going to regret taking a bad trade, 100%. You're going to hate yourself when you FOMO into a trade and you lose money, right? Like you're going to be pissed off at yourself when you're like, oh, fuck, why did I do that? But if you don't take a trade and it goes higher, whatever, like, okay, cool, whatever. Like it happens. You're not always going to hit the bottom, always hit the top. Like who cares? But the thing is, like, I didn't lose any money. I put no risk on. I didn't lose any money. I have no feeling to the idea of me not taking a trade. But I have a lot of emotion when it comes to losing. Like, think about that. Like, just think about that. If you think about it like this, when you take a bad trade and you lose money, how do you feel afterwards? Do you regret it? Like, you're like, man, I probably shouldn't have taken that trade. Because you start to think of all the reasons that you shouldn't have taken the trade. You say, well, I took a bad trade because I FOMO'd, I bought at the wrong spot, I jumped in at the top. You have all these reasons to why you took the bad trade. That's the regret. That is the emotion that you need to have. You need to be able to self-analyze and be like, why did you FOMO into that trade? Why did you take that trade? If I don't take a trade and it goes higher, it goes lower, and I miss out on huge profits, I don't sit there and cry about it. I don't go, man, I can't believe I didn't take a trade. That was so stupid, Patrick. No, I'm like, hey, on to the next. My next opportunity is coming. There's always more opportunities, my friends. But the problem is, if you take a bad trade and you lose your fucking trading account, you lose $10,000 on one bad trade, well, then you're done. You're out of the game. Think about it. Like if you lose, half of your account on one bad trade and you blow up, like how much is that going to affect you emotionally, mentally? That's going to ruin you for months, weeks, maybe for the rest of your trading career. But if you don't take a trade, you're not going to be upset. The next day, you're not going to sit there and be like, man, my trading account still has the same amount of money that I had yesterday. Oh, how terrible is this? I can't believe it, guys. My trading account still has money in it. Like you're not ever going to have this bad emotion to not taking a trade. So anyone that tells you that you're going to regret not taking a trade, or you're not, but think about that. Like, the FOMO is what you're going to regret. You're going to regret making a bad trade. And there's a market going higher now. It's going up. And like I said, this is exactly what I did not want to happen. Try to short down here at the bottom. And then guess what? Like, does this look like a long? If you're looking at this, are you sitting there going, man, this is 100% a long. I want to get long down here, right? Like, oh man, that's a great spot to get long at. No. Nobody's thinking that. Nobody's sitting there going, I'm going to buy the bottom here. Everybody's sitting there going, oh, it's going to crash. It's going to go lower. And you're waiting for that break and then you short it like right here and then guess what? It just fucking rips right back up there. You just lost $10,000, $5,000, $1,000, $500, whatever your account size is. Like this right here. And look, and now you FOMO'd into it. You bought it at 25 and now it's back to 23. What happened? What happened? That's what you look at this. I mean, this is crap. There's no point. You know, like, oh man, you gotta love it. I know exactly what happens here. Like, I know this emotion. I don't care what anyone says. I know exactly the emotion that you're gonna get here. It's a very simple emotion. You're looking at this, it's like, okay, I'm gonna wait for a pullback. I'm gonna wait for a pullback. It sits here, like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna get short right here. I'm gonna get fucking short. It's gonna go lower. And then guess what? It fucking rips up and you're like, no! And then guess what? What do you do there? You get stopped out. Then you buy right here. And then it drops down here. Then you get stopped out again. Oh no! And then guess what? Now it's going back up. What do? You get long at the top again. Then it fucking crashes down again. Like, that's the emotion of a day trader. It's not this emotion of like sitting here going, oh, I think it's going to go back up now. I will buy long on this candle right here and I will go higher. That is not how you're thinking. No one is thinking that way. Nobody's thinking that way. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone in the chat's like, oh, I knew it was going to go back up. You didn't know shit. You didn't know it was going to go back up. Come on. Let's be honest. This is not where you want to be trading at. It's not where I want to be trading at, so I'm walking away. That's the emotion. That is the real emotion about this trade. Anybody that's on YouTube tells you different. Anybody that says they have an algorithm, they have some type of bullshit, it doesn't, like, it's all bullshit because it's not real. It's not the emotions. There's a reason that 90% of day traders lose. 90% of day traders lose because of the emotion. You can have the best strategy in the world. You can have whatever fucking concept, you can have whatever indicator you want, but I'm telling you right now, nobody is sitting here going, oh, I want to buy here. I'm going to get long right here. It's going to go up 5 points. I guarantee it. No, you're like, hey, look, the market's going straight down. I'm going to short here. You short here, it fucking rips up, and then you're like, oh, and then you buy here, and then you get stopped out here, and then you short here, you get stopped out here. You just took 5 trades here, and they're all losers, and you're doing the exact opposite of what the market was doing. 100%, this is the real deal emotion. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't matter what indicator you have. It doesn't matter what bullshit guru you watch on YouTube. You can say I'm an idiot. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but this is the real day trading emotion. I know exactly why this happens because I have gone through it, guys. I know the feeling. I'm here with you. I've experienced it. I've done that in the past. Like I said, there's no way in hell I would have thought to buy the dip here. I would have just been like, well, look, last time it dipped down, it made a next leg lower. And then I get short, and then I get stopped out, and then I try to buy, and then it fucking stops me out, and then I try to get short again, and I revenge trade. The emotions come in, the FOMO comes in. It's a real deal emotion. It doesn't matter what indicator, doesn't matter what chat room, doesn't matter who's your guru. None of that shit matters. I don't care what algorithm you use, what if you think there's an algorithm in the market, whatever. This is real deal trading. This is the real emotion of trading. There's a reason that 90% of day traders lose. If the indicators worked, if the strategies worked, if all these guys on YouTube, if everybody could just follow the same strategy, why is it that 90% of day traders lose? Think about that. If 90% of day traders lose, but everybody has a winning fucking strategy, who's lying? Who is lying? You know, like literally, who's lying to you? Everyone's just peddling something. Everyone's trying to peddle this. This is what we don't do in market flow trader community. I'm not going to sit there and tell you like, hey, guys, I predict the bottom here. I'm going to tell you, no, stay the fuck out of it. Take your hands off the keyboard, walk away. Don't trade this bullshit. There's no advantage here. There's no strategy that's going to give you an advantage here. It's zero. There's no strategy. The same thing is like 100%. If I would have gotten long right here, let's say I would have gotten long here. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get long. Well, guess what? You know what happens? It fucking drops through here. It drops down here, and then guess what? I get stopped out, and then I short down here, and then it rips back up. I know you guys have been through this. I know everybody has experienced this emotion because it's real. This is real day trading. When you're really trading, and you're not just pretending to trade, and you're actually trading. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because I've done this. I've been through it. 7 years of dealing with this type of bullshit. And I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if you're a mindset coach. I don't care if you're a fucking trading performance coach. All these people on Twitter talking about motivational quotes and all that bullshit. It's not going to fix your brain. You can read motivational quotes all day. Go on Twitter and read motivational fucking quotes. You're still going to lose money. because you're going to try to do this stupid shit. The only thing that's going to stop you from losing money is not taking trades when the market's not giving us setups. That's all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. It's just being able to be like, hey, I don't care. I don't care what the market does. I don't want to trade this. I don't want to risk my money, so I'm not going to trade it. That's all it is. It doesn't matter. You don't need to have a strategy. You don't need to have a fucking mindset. You don't need to read motivational quotes to know that, like, hey, this market's shit. I don't want to trade it. I'm walking away. Bam, done. There you go. That's my motivational fucking quote of the day. So all the gurus out there that are posting up about, you know, all the motivation and, oh, I do, no, get out of here. The 15-year-old kid who's sitting in his fucking mom's basement saying he's the next Warren Buffett, sitting in the bathroom, the school bathroom, talking about the struggle. Get out of here. I got underwear with poop stains older than that 15-year-old. I don't really actually have, but it's a saying, you know. My dad used to say it all the time, actually. There you go. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to get to a point where you see what I see. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to buy, sell, buy, sell. I'm gonna sit here and tell you, don't fucking trade. Don't do stupid shit. Because the stupid shit is where you lose money. That's how you lose money as a day trader. You don't lose money by taking good trades. Because I said before, I'm totally fine if I take a good trade, if I see a good setup and I get stopped out for a loss, I'm totally fine with that. Because it's part of my strategy. I know that if I take 100 trades, that 30 of those 100 trades, 30 of them are going to be losers, but 70 are going to be winners. I make $1,000 per trade. I risk 300, 500. Like, I can make lots and lots of money with that strategy. But you know, when I do lose, you know, if I take 5 trades back to back to back because of FOMO and emotion, well, I now have no strategy. I have no statistical advantage. I'm just another idiot, another retail trader trying to predict where the market's going to go. And that's what we don't do here. And look, now you, like I said, you would have bought long here and now the market pulls back. I'm like, oh no, you could have taken 5. I already know, like, I know exactly how this plays out. I've been there, man. I'm so like, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about myself. Like 5 years ago, I would have been like, I would have lost. I would have gotten it. It's like, I know you guys know the feeling that no matter what you do, when you're trading, every option that you do, the market does the opposite. You're like, you get short here, the market goes up. You're like, you get long here, the market goes down. You get short here again, the market goes up. Then you get long here, the market goes down. You're like, how is this possible? How is it possible that the market, literally, I took 5 trades and they were all losers? How? How is that possible? You know, I'm telling you, man. Keep out of it. Stay out of it. There it is. I'll leave the book map open for you guys. I'm going to go run some errands, do some stuff. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'd rather trade the afternoon session. I think it's like, for me, I think, like, why? I'm like, well, what's the rush? I got nothing to do this afternoon. I'm totally fine. Just walking away, coming back later after the minutes, trade the good move, make the easy money. I made $1,000 this morning, $3,000 this morning in a couple minutes. Like, maybe, I think my longest trade today was what? My longest trade time today was literally, yeah, 1 minute, 21 seconds. So I made $3,000 in a minute and 21 seconds. So why am I going to sit here for hours trying to make more money when I know that I don't have a